Man, do you see our guest? It looks like is he relaxing? What's going on down there? Do we bring him in? The hell? It looks like he's is he on some type of couch? You doing some casting there, Steve? Well, we'll find out here.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Steve.
Yeah.
Hey,
Steve.
Chilling, my man. What's going on?
rotate this way. It looks a little better, I think. Yeah, there we go. No, not much, man. Just chilling. No casting tonight, unfortunately. It's school night, so gotta save that debauchery for the weekends.
Different kind of film, huh?
All right.
Well, not everybody at once.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Well, I got to know what actually is going on here, Steve. You're fucking upside down. You doing that thing like when you were a kid? You sit the wrong way on the couch. What the fuck's happening?
Am I upside down? I'm not upside down. I don't think.
You
No.
look like you're like in bed, like sleeping.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm on the recliner couch.
Okay.
Oh,
chilling.
gotcha.
Yeah. No, not bedtime for another half hour yet.
Half hour.
Well, I won't be asleep by then, but relax, watch TV.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Takes
Nice.
a good hour and a half or two to fall asleep. So
Really?
yeah,
What's the average bedtime? Like, what time do you actually like go to bed? Like, what time do you fall asleep?
usually like 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm with you, man.
Yeah,
I get
yeah.
up stupid
On a
early,
weeknight,
so
yeah. Let me get into bed about 8 o'clock. I'm happy.
I
If
wish.
I'm in bed at 8 o'clock, I'm up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, there's no way around. Probably earlier than that. Probably like 2 or 1.
Yeah, I couldn't do that either.
Oh, mama.
Oof.
No, I hear it. I'm usually up like 20 to 6 anyway, so I gotta get to bed by like 9:30.
Like 5:15 a.m. That's my sweet spot.
Me
Yeah,
too.
man.
Kids back in school. I got to get up super early.
Yeah.
What is happening here?
Well, and that's what we brought Steve on. We wanted to know about his sleeping habits. You know,
100%.
It's just
How
that he
fun
looks
is
so
getting
god.
old, not fun.
Yeah, but you just look so comfortable, dude. Like that's
right
kind
now
of
I
the
am.
thing. Fucking A.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. He's fucking living life.
Right.
that's what 20 plus years in the business does to you.
Yeah, isn't
You
it
lay
crazy?
Yeah.
The one thing you look forward to is just fucking sleeping.
That's it. Yeah. Icing my back and sleep. That's really it. Wrestling's all right too, but the
Yeah.
things I really look forward to. Sleeping,
Well, it's-
icing my back, doing yoga.
It's funny you mentioned the wrestling part of it, Steve, because I got to ask you. I was talking to Brendan over here. Do you know what they're saying that your career winning percentage is?
It's probably pretty low.
Do you have a guess, man?
Maybe 50%.
Oh, you would
Wait,
love to.
50 or 15?
Said
You would
maybe 50%. I don't know.
You would love to have 50%, Steve.
I would. It's not that good, is it?
37.9.
Damn.
Would you fuck somebody up, man? Would you
I'm gonna have to start shooting on people.
do something? That's bad.
Dude goes to bed at 8:30. What do you want from him?
He should be ready to kick some ass.
Got to get up really early to outsmart the competition. It doesn't work. They get
It's
up
funny
early,
too. I think I've seen you wrestle probably like 25 times, and it seems like you always win, or like you always have a belt in Magic. So maybe
Yeah,
it's
the
early
losing
career.
percentage was like early on, probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
Now I'll have like a title run and then I'll lose for a while, and then I'll have a title run, I'll lose for a while. Not just in Magic, that's just everywhere. That's just how it goes. I don't get it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Pay me, whatever.
There's the way to go.
Steve, how long has Pro Wrestling Magic been in existence?
So we're going on 9.5 years now.
That's pretty incredible. And
Yeah.
And I just want to say this because like there's the venue that you guys have in Ridgefield Park, which is like
Yep.
referred to like whether it's sarcastically or like genuinely as the mecca now of.
Definitely sarcastic.
Okay, yeah.
I love the venue.
I
don't
didn't-
get me wrong, but
It's the mecca of pro wrestling, but I don't remember that being a venue that night to Columbus before you started running there. What made you decide to go there, and what do you think about what that place has meant to Pro Wrestling Magic?
So it had hosted a couple of wrestling events before, but it wasn't like a consistent home for anyone. I believe ECPW started running there a little bit before me, but what led us running there is we were looking for a new building. The old one they kept upping the price. I don't know if you remember the Ace Arena in Wallington when they had their setup there.
Yep.
It was beautiful, but it was so friggin' expensive. It was like, yeah, we could run our big shows here, but we weren't drawing. It looked great on camera, except for the 30 people in the crowd or 50 people in the crowd, if I'm being generous. Like, there just wasn't enough seats. It was a small, beautiful arena, but then my business partner at the time stumbled upon this venue in Ridgefield Park, and he's like, hey, they only want, I think it was like $300 or $400 at the time, and I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And then we've been there since. Run big shows out of there, but the majority, we've been there for the majority of our shows ever since.
Yeah.
What do you think is the biggest show you've run there? Is that one of the Cody shows, or?
Yeah, definitely Kingdom Come 1, where we had Cody for the first time with JT Dunn. If that show flopped, we were done, and we broke even, and then we made a little bit of profit at the door on that one.
Yeah, I was actually,
broke even in pre-sale, and then we made profit at the door. Not a ton of money because it was quite a hefty bill. But
I was actually at that show, and
oh wow,
and it was awesome. I got to meet Cody for the first time. JT has been on the show a million times. What does it take to book somebody like a Cody Rhodes? Like, how many hoops do you have to jump through? How much rope is there to get somebody like that?
It was just one agent, honestly. It really wasn't that difficult at all. I thought it was going to be jumping through hoops, but his one agent, we emailed him direct, and he was pretty cool. He was like, hey, here are his dates available. We picked one, and, we had a list of opponents that he already went through and then a backup list, and JT was luckily on his backup list. So we're like, yeah, we have that guy on our roster. We're kind of pushing him right now, so we'll use him.
Did he have any like outrageous riders that he wanted in the locker room?
No.
You want like Diet Cherry Shasta?
I mean, with his asking price being as reasonable as it was, we would have probably done it for him. But no, he was really chill. Him and his wife are like the two nicest, most down to earth people, the famous people that I've ever met. Like, I would not know they were famous if I didn't know they were famous.
I was literally just gonna follow up with that because Cody has been nothing but like awesome. Like the times that I've like worked with him, so I was wondering how he is to actually like as a promoter to book and all that stuff.
So it wasn't just me at the time. I did have a couple of business partners, but me and Anthony, my main business partner, were the ones that kind of dealt with him. But no, he was chill, man. The first time he was a gentleman and a scholar, and then the second time he actually came to hang out with us at the diner afterward for like 2 or 3 hours, shoot the shit, shared a meal together with everybody, like just being one of the boys. And that, that's how you know someone's brought up right in the business. And now, I mean, look at him now.
Yeah.
He left and then he went back, and now he's the champ. He was always going to go back. Let's be real, but now he's the world champ. He's on top. He's living the dream, making, I'm sure, a shit ton of money.
How cost feasible is it to book a guy like that, and how often do you do that nowadays?
Not very often. Yeah. But no, I mean, it's feasible because you will make that money back. But there's so few talent that are on his level that are, as affordable as he made himself, that are that hot coming off of like a decent mid-card run in WWE. There's not a long list of guys like that. Yeah. And if they are, they're already on AEW or TNA or something, and they're going to cost significantly more because of that. And rightfully so. I get it. It's a business. You got to eat, and we're only worth as much money as we're worth for as long as we're worth it. And we don't know what that number is. That number, we all have an expiration date. So I get it. I get the price tag being high, but yeah, there's not too many talent that fit in that little niche that hot off WWE. I'm not that expensive because I want to work everywhere, But you'll make that money back if you find a talent like that, because we did, and we had no fucking idea what we were doing at the time. Like none. We were like, hey, this is good wrestling. Let's put it together. I mean, listen, anyone could put two good wrestlers in the ring and say go, but we kind of, that was a big learning curve on the business end of it.
Do you still paper when you're promoting?
Paper, like give away tickets for free?
No. I mean, like flyers and shit like that.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say no, just like friends and family of the workers. But yeah, no, I still do the the posters mostly. I don't really do flyers as much.
Okay.
But I leave them in like 1 or 2 locations. Like there's a bagel shop and the gym I go to that I leave flyers there for people to take, and we actually get a good amount from that. Maybe more than the posters. I don't know, and that doesn't cost me anything. But
is that a lost art in indie booking? Do you think?
Yeah.
More people not hitting the streets and putting up their flyers, posters, that kind of shit.
It's a huge market that you're not tapping into. That maybe you draw 1 or 2 people from it, but how much are posters going to cost? Maybe $100. If you draw 5 people, that you broke even. If you draw more than that, you're making profit now.
Yeah.
So
I'll admit,
the
first time I ever saw you guys was because of a poster. So
yeah, we get that a lot,
Yeah.
and like I only hit like 5 or 6 towns really, and I guess the more you hit town wise, the more money you can make. I don't know. That's kind of a science that there's no way to really figure it exactly out. Except I go to towns that we run, towns that like companies I used to work for ran in that might know me if I'm on the poster, or might know, oh, this guy was on TV, or whatever the case. Towns that I know are wrestling or were wrestling towns.
Yes, and obviously we have Steve Off on the line here, joining us on the show. Back from vacation will take place September 28th. You can find it on IWTV starting at 7 p.m. Doors will open at 5. Listen, 2 names immediately scream out to me on this show. That's Crowbar versus Vinny Pacifico.
Whew.
Two great friends of the show.
Well, 1.5.
What,
Yeah,
Vinny?
Vinny's not that big,
Vinny's not close?
No, Vinny called us up one time, and this fucking guy, what was it? It was a snowstorm or a hurricane or some shit. He calls us from his car. He's like, "Oh, my brother wanted me to go out in a storm and get donuts." I go, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
And you said yes.
So my question is just basically because that match just jumps out at me. Obviously, there's plenty. Azrael's on the show. Your champion, Alex, is on there.
Mhm.
What is it like to work with a guy like Crowbar, who's like literally, genuinely, universally liked?
He's one of the very few that is in that category. But yeah, no, it's awesome. He's very cool, very collaborative with the creative. He's not just coming to collect a payday, which he could easily just show up, phone it in, have a better match than half the show at least by phoning it in and collect an easy payday. But he's not doing that. He's like, yeah, I just want to have good matches while I'm still able. I want to do this and that. And he knows exactly what he wants to do. He's asked for different. He's very low maintenance, but he's asked for different opponents. He'll work with whoever I ask, but he's, hey, these guys, if you can get to it, please. And I always give him that because, like, he's given us banger after banger, as Sheamus would say. That's legit, though. He's given us like match of the night candidate every time he's been there. So yeah, you want to work with this guy or that guy? Yeah, we're gonna get there. So him and Vinny have both been pushing for this match for a while. We just finally found a date. They're both available. It kind of fell in our lap, and I didn't have anyone for Vinny this show. I hit up Crowbar. I'm like, hey man, you open? I know you want this match. He was open. The rest is history.
We'll definitely get back to talking about this show, but real quick, go to the chat here. SJ is asking, hey Steve, who is your dream opponent you would like to go against one day?
Man, that's a rough one.
Vinny
it's
Pacifico.
such a long list. Vinny Pacifico, yeah.
Donuts in the storm match.
I would say right now, probably Minoru Suzuki or Ishii. I know that's not the answer you're going to get from everyone else, but I just like physical, hard-hitting fucking brawl. I like technical too, and Kushida would be my dream opponent from the technical side. But yeah, those three probably. Whether or not I'll get those matches, who the hell knows? Not for me to say. We'll see. But yeah, those in a perfect environment, those three.
Oh, and they come to the States so often, I'm sure
Who
that's
knows? Yeah.
that's definitely doable. Rebecca Scott. That's a name I've been keeping an eye on. She's coming into her own. I know she made her debut a couple years ago against the returning Kayla Sparks, and for her first match, they had a hell of a match together. It's nice to see that she's getting some shine here for Pro Wrestling Magic, wrestling another friend of the show, Sonny Kiss.
Those two are like tier 1 A grade quality human beings. So, to see them both succeeding is awesome. Rebecca and I used to train together with, Alex and Trey Felipe and John Tella. Like we had a whole little clique that trained during the pandemic while trying not to die. We were just like, yeah, let's get good at wrestling, man. What the fuck? We're all going to, either die or not. So let's just do this shit. And so we all kind of bonded over that. And, definitely cool person. And Sonny was there too half the time, even though now that Sonny's no longer with AEW, I can say that. I don't know if Sonny was supposed to be there training during the pandemic, but but no, some good times were had. No one died, thankfully. And we all got pretty good at wrestling to differing degrees. And it's cool seeing them both get their shine.
Let me ask you, since you brought it up, how much of a pain in the ass was it for you guys to get together, to train, to go somewhere, to find somewhere that would be open for you? Like, what was that experience like?
So that was actually pretty easy. For the first like 2 or 3 months, there was nothing. It was nothing. Then Cheeseburger is a buddy of mine, so me and Alex Ryman hit him up and said, "Hey man, we're like dying for some training. Can we just come work out with you? We don't have to bring anybody else. We'll all get COVID tested before." And then he said yes. We went up. It was like I won't get too graphic because my son's in the room, but it was like prom night in high school all over again. The first time doing things like it felt like that good taking that bump. I was like, oh man, that hurt so bad. But yeah, then ECPW Training Center, Lake Hiawatha, opened up shortly after. So then we just went there, and it was a small group. It was like maybe 10 of us at any given time. So all social distancing. We all like paired off with one person and just worked with them the whole time, and minimize any chance of everything was done safely. But yeah, no, it was very cool.
I can imagine Gino Caruso standing at the door going, "You got your test?"
Yeah, with the temperature check. Yeah.
Oh my God! Could you imagine him? I could imagine him and Kodiak Bear standing there with the freaking gun.
I haven't seen Kodiak in at least 10 years, but Gino was there doing that, and he did everything possible to keep it safe.
He made a comeback a couple years ago, and he lost a shit ton of weight.
Yes,
like a ton of weight. He got the stomach surgery, and I know he was coming back a bit, and then he kind of disappeared again.
That's wrestling. A lot of people do that.
Yeah.
I managed Kodiak Bear once against Superfly Jimmy Snuka.
Wow.
How about that?
Yeah, it's funny. You go on the network, you go back to the original Eastern Championship Wrestling, and you'll see Gino Caruso on there. You'll see Kodiak Bear on there. You'll see Metal Maniac make a few appearances with Jimmy Snuka. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
I gotta look into that.
Yeah, it's a nice little Easter egg to see who was involved in those early days of ECW.
And we're talking about the network. Like, you guys are obviously going to be streaming. What goes into working with a streaming partner for independent wrestling promotions?
Well, because I use GPW, formerly known as GoPro Wrestling, it's easy and seamless. I don't have to worry about a goddamn thing. They tell me what they need from me. I get it to them, and they handle the rest. Like, I just got to make sure they get access to the internet at the Knights of Columbus, which their internet is terrible, but it works. It's there. They could probably spend $10 more a month and get good internet, but these are like 60 and up men that we're talking about.
Oh yeah,
and I'm not the best in technology either, so I'm not the one to lead the blind. But yeah, they need connection to internet. They want the run sheet, and we have a group text that if I update them and the commentators and production during the show, everyone's on the same page.
So if somebody wanted to watch the upcoming show, how do they go about that?
So the best way is to be there live. pwmtickets.com. You save money. You save $10 a ticket by buying in advance. Those prices will go up at the door. It's only 20 GA and 30 front row. It goes up by 10 at the door. Or season passes where you save an additional $20 off that if you commit to 4 shows. If you can't be there live, shame on you. If you can't be there live because you don't live in the area, I can understand that, I guess. But you could check us out. We're going to be launching our Monday Morning Magic program on YouTube. Again, we're going to be relaunching that in October. So stay tuned for that. Go to subscribe to our YouTube at Pro Wrestling Magic, and the main shows. And the YouTube's going to be a dope thing too. It's a dope side project we have, kind of like Monday Night Raw before the pay-per-view. The actual events from 7 o'clock on are streamed live on IWTV. Promo code Magic. Definitely download that. Magic is not the only great show on there. You'll see there's 8,000 shows on there, different brands and whatnot. It's probably a couple hundred, not 8,000, but it's a lot. A lot of different brands. You'll find your favorite new promotion. It'll be Pro Wrestling Magic, and then you can look for your second favorite promotion.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I'm just.
I could ask him a million questions, but I just don't want to hog the segment.
All right, I got one. Who would you say out of the new crop of or like the younger crop of Pro Wrestling Magic, or like the guys really coming up that could explode onto the scene these days?
I think you're already seeing it, but I'll say Troy Locke.
Okay.
He's working a lot of the fun and really good smaller companies. It's only a matter of time before he graduates from that and goes to the next level. And I mean, his work ethic and his determination, his attitude are great. as long as they stay that way, I don't see why there's any limit on him. The only thing he doesn't have going for him is size, and we all know that's just a bonus these days. It's not a requirement. So I think he'll still do pretty well or great, somewhere in that scale. Definitely at least pretty good, possibly great. And there's others too, like Tamir Gibbs is another one who is, a smaller dude, but so charismatic, so over with any crowd he's in front of, and such a different persona where he's like, he's timid Tamir Gibbs. He almost doesn't want to fight you, but he's fucking you up at the same time. It's pretty cool. And there's a bunch of others too. So if I'm not mentioning you and you're listening to this, don't feel slighted. Those are just the two that popped into my head first.
So
yeah, don't be slighted. Be fucking pissed.
Yeah.
On that same level of the people that you have, is there anybody outside that you haven't booked yet that's kind of up and coming that you have your eye on that you might want to see in a pro wrestling Magic ring?
There's a few, definitely Cosmic. If we're looking to expand our women's division, she's really good. Salem too, good persona, cool in the locker room, chill, good in the ring. I mean, what else can you ask for? That's what I've been scouting mostly lately, because we are looking to expand our women's division. Maybe eventually do a women's tag division. Who knows? Right now, I want to just try to get our women's division as strong as it possibly can be, and then we'll see.
When you're scouting for for one of your shows, are you looking for characters, or are you more looking for in-ring ability? You know what I mean? Are you looking for those? Because on indie shows, you kind of get a little bit of everything, and there can be an imbalance there. So are you kind of drawn more to the people that are connecting with indie audiences, or are you more looking for your in-ring product?
I mean, if I can have both, that would be great. I know that's an easy out, but
hard to do with the indies, man.
Yeah, it's usually one or the other, and I try to balance our show out, but our crowd at least connects more with characters, storyline. Yeah, we give them good matches, but they don't come for that. They come for the story, and because they get, invested in the characters. Because not a lot of indie promoters are doing that. Everyone has great matches, but there's very few, if any, storylines. That's fine, that works, but there's a whole different side to that so many guys aren't tapping into. So I would go with definitely the entertainment value and the persona over in-ring, as long as they're not the shits in-ring, because there's a limit. And if they're great in-ring but have no personality, then I mean, there's got to be some kind of balance. There's got to be a little bit of both. But yeah, I would lean more toward the character and that emotional connection.
Now with you doing stories, like take me through that, because that's such a love of mine, especially like on the indie scene. If you are telling telling stories, like give me a continuous something to come back. He did this last time, she did this last time. That process, how far ahead are you in that process? Or are you just kind of building off what you did the prior show?
So like show by show, segment by segment, about 6 months. But I know what we're doing, general arc, at least the top 3 stories, for about 1.5 years down the road. And that can change. But I at least have an idea of this is where I want to go. And if we got to pivot, we'll pivot. That's why I only book like full top to bottom 6 months at a time. Because all right, let's see how this goes. And then if we need to turn right or left, we can.
Man, that's fantastic. I'm so happy to hear you say that. Just as an indie wrestling guy myself, to hear somebody that has that type of foresight to see where they're going and how they're going to get there. That's fantastic, man. Good job.
Thank you. Well, we don't have the budget to bring in like a Cody Rhodes or a Keith Lee anymore, so I don't have much choice than to get people invested in good wrestling that are not the guys they're seeing on TV right now, but the guys they might see on TV tomorrow. Not tomorrow, but down the road.
Yeah, I mean, it's something to do. Like indie wrestling is, you don't need like the major guys to just come in and work your show. People will go to your show because it's a night out. It's fun.
Yep.
They know they're gonna get a good show. They're fans.
Mm-hmm.
So I totally agree with you 100%. Like even if you don't have the budget, even if you did, there's no reason to necessarily do that every single time.
No, you build around the guys and girls that are, not super expensive. You're not paying them, $10 or $20, but they're not super expensive. They're on the come up. You're helping them get exposure and a payday, and they're helping you build your product. It mutually benefits everyone. So that's what you want to build around. And then of course you're bringing your Danny Moffs and Nunzio and Crowbar, your veterans that are going to help elevate those other talent. Not that there's always putting them over, but always getting them over. And it's a tough balance to find. I wish I had the formula. I could be a millionaire selling it to other people, but I don't. Shit, if I did, maybe I'd be a millionaire. I don't know. But
I got one more question before we let you go.
Sure.
Shining Wizards Matt, one of our co-hosts, yes, there's 5 of us, is not here tonight, but I'd be remiss if I didn't ask the question that he asks all the guests. Mr. Steve Off, when was the last time you shit your pants?
That's right.
I
Bro,
oversold that.
I don't
didn't
even remember. It's been quite a long time.
Okay.
And
In the ring,
maybe a little bit when I had COVID in 2020, it's like a slight bit.
during training, were you trying to let one squeak at the house, or?
No, not at all. Just I think maybe a little bit while I was like sick and sleeping with COVID. I was sleeping 12 hours a day at the time, so it was probably then, and it wasn't like a major one.
Jeez, Mr.
Just a little bit.
Steel Sphincter over here.
A little dime mark on the drawers, or was it like
just a little bit? No, just a little bit, enough to awaken me from my 12-hour slumber to be like, what the fuck was that? And then go back to sleep.
Oh my God, you shit your pants and went back to bed. That's amazing. That's some hardcore shit, pardon the pun, right there.
On the hardcore sheets.
Well,
Damn.
actually, write that down. That might be the title of the
Hardcore
episode tonight.
sheets.
Hardcore sheets. Why was better?
We have been here with Steve Off. You want to follow him on social media at IHateSteveOff.com. Listen to me. Don't listen to me. If you want to book Steve Off and you want to get him to a 40% win rate, SteveOff@Yahoo.com. September 28th, Pro Wrestling Magic. That is the Back from Vacation show. Friend Crowbar against half of friend Vinny Pacifico on that one. That's going to be a great match. You got Rebecca Scott, Sonny Kiss. Matter of fact, Steve Off is facing Mateo Marcellos. So get out, see the show. It's a 5 o'clock door, 6 o'clock bell time. There's been a whole bunch of other shows that Steve Off is going to be on to try to get that 40%. All listed down below. He's going to be in Ontario. What is Luke's party at the Great Wolf Lodge? What is this? This is a private
it's gonna be
event.
a wild time. It's gonna be a great time. Not a lot of sleep.
From the
I
guy
think
who
it's
gets
birthday
like
party, so nothing too wild, but definitely a lot of drinking. And I don't drink much anyway, so it ain't gonna take much to get me lit. But a lot of drinking, a lot of water park stuff, and it's a good time.
That's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. Make sure you get out there. Ridgefield Park, New Jersey, September 28th. Always a good happening in this town of Ridgefield Park. Am I right, Brundo?
Damn right. My hometown, and I'm very happy to be from the Mecca, or from the town of the Mecca.
Fuck yeah.
He's the
We
guy
are
who's been
happy.
living under the stage there. Oh, okay.
Sounds about right.
Certainly look like it.
I thought it was young boy Lawrence, but hey, whatever.
Steve, man, it's been a pleasure. Good luck with the show. Anytime you want to come back, hit us up. We'll be happy to have you back on, promote whatever you want, or just shoot the shit. Hey, if you shit your pants, you can come back on and tell us all about it.
You know, I don't plan to do the pants shitting part, but coming back on sounds fun. And thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, this was a lot
Thanks
of
a
fun.
lot
Dude.
for coming on, Steve. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Steve.